later in the 1920s again. One of the things they did was, we don't know all the details about it, but it seems as though we had the ship out in the harbor participate in events that were in the Stadium Bowl. And in those days, Stadium Bowl could hold 35,000 people. It's where all the big rallies, everything that happened in Tacoma before we had things like the Tacoma Dome or the UPS Fieldhouse. And what was interesting about these, I worked with Ron Karabayach at Old Town Photo. He was the one who enlarged these. And what we realized here, and we were so pleased to see this, is we actually have some integration of the Navy at this time. The Navy being the most wide of all the services in these days, that we actually have several African-American gentlemen here who are in the band. And you can clearly see at least these 4 men right here, maybe some more that were there, which is good, because Tacoma was always very much a segregated town. Being the visitor to town, you would, you'd go out and see the sights. You actually had a streetcar that the company had that you'd pay just one fare for the whole day, and that one streetcar would take you all around town and make the stops, and you'd learn about the different things. The old Ferry Museum and the various artifacts that were there, that would have been cheap, or pretty cheap just to go visit. Again, something a sailor could afford. Mr. Bob Hayden's uniform from when he was in the Navy. His sister-in-law Marie is our treasurer for our Tacoma Historical Society, and so this is his uniform, and then a collage out of an old scrapbook of a fellow who was in the Navy and visited the different ports up and down the Pacific coast. And this is an interesting collection from this fellow. We don't know his name, but that's what he looked like right there. And he was served for a while on the USS Arizona, and part of the collection actually has a menu, dinner menu from the Arizona, which was famously sunk at Pearl Harbor. Most of these are then menus or having to do with eating. World War II type menus. One of the ways you can tell a menu or something is from the World War II period of time is that Franklin Delano Roosevelt established the Office of Price Administration and price controls during World War II. And once you have a statement on these things, is an OPA statement saying that these are good, these are our highest prices per, April 4th, 1943. That's how you can date those. The Model Grill was a famous restaurant in downtown Tacoma. One of our great restaurants that was open from 1941 until I don't know how late, until the modern era, was Steve Gay's 90s down on South Tacoma Way, which had a 1890s sort of a nostalgia way of doing things, and those are some of the ladies that danced there. Olympus Hotel was, always trying to clean up its act and trying to say, no, we're clean, it's new, it's better than it was before, come down and visit. This is really a nice, clean place to visit. Here we have a bunch of liquor bottles. Deb Freeman is one of our board directors. She was the chair of the auction committee, and she's our expert in Tacoma on the Jewish history, or the history of the Jewish people in Tacoma. And these bottles that are hers are some of the things she's collected from the merchants that she's studied. She's actually been able to go out there and buy bottles and things that had to do with their business. This is the bicycle bridge that we used to have as part of the Water Ditch Trail, over near where Stanley and Seaforth is. And this is the old Lincoln Park, which was just below where the Lincoln Bowl is today, which is a beautiful ravine. It was like Puget Gulch, only when the freeway came along and they built the freeway through there in the early 60s, they put all the dirt that they excavated from the freeway here, so they got rid of the park. So that's, I think, pretty much all the exhibits we have for our shore leave.
And when again is the show?
Well, it opens tonight, the 23rd at 5 p.m., and then it's open Wednesdays through Saturdays, noon to 5, and then it's going to be open through January 17th or January 19th.